We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. Thank you for coming tonight, everyone that's here. We will start with a prayer, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance and roll call, as usual.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we just thank you for this great day. We thank you for this meeting tonight and everybody that's here. The people around the table, we pray that they will decide what's best for the village and not for them. And we thank you this week as we get ready to celebrate Thanksgiving. We have so much to be thankful for, so many blessings. And all these things I pray. Amen.
Amen. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Baker.
Here.
Barth.
Here.
Bassett.
Here.
Beverly.
Here.
Jones.
Here.
Ridgway.
You have in your packet the amended regular council minutes to approve first.
Make a motion to approve the amended minutes?
I'll second it.
Roll call, please.
Baker.
Yes.
Barth.
Yes.
Bassett.
Yes.
Beverly.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
And then you have the November 5th regular council meeting minutes in your packet for approval.
Make a motion to approve those.
Second.
Any additions or corrections? Roll call, please.
Jones.
Yes.
Beverly.
Yes.
Bassett.
Yes.
Baker.
Yes.
Barth.
Yes.
And you have the minutes from the special council meeting of November 13th. Are there any additions or corrections?
Make a motion to approve?
I'll second it.
Roll call.
Bassett.
Yes.
Beverly.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Baker.
Yes.
Barth.
Yes.
Cheryl gave you an approved bills list in your packet, and then she had a few more on the table tonight. Are there any questions?
About 2/3 way down page, there's a one by Frontier. So that's for heating cost.
Oops. It's for phone.
Oh, hey, I didn't know they did anything with gas or electric heat.
Cheryl, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
When we approve these, they've already been paid, right?
Well, I haven't mailed the check, but they're ready to go.
Shouldn't we be approving POs as opposed to,
I would like you to, if I can figure out how to do it economically.
I mean, if we approve POs, we could slow down some of these people that overspend on us.
True.
We could have done a lot of stopping on one department, had we known.
The only thing with that, it's not always gonna be convenient waiting 2 weeks.
That, and they
There
bring it
might
to
be
the
times
committee
I've gotta
anyway.
get a PO.
One day and buy it that day.
Yeah, I mean, that's usually smaller stuff. I just don't know how you would do it in advance without really slowing some things down. You could meet more often if you want.
I can work on it and see how it can work out with the UAN. If you can get a list of purchase orders.
You know, and when you order a new Explorer, or if he goes out and gets a new fire truck or something, if we've got that PO ahead of time,
We can squash it
yeah,
or approve it.
or approve it, or cut back on, or find out why we're not going through state funding and different things like that.
Exactly.
I personally think we should look at that, guys, gals.
Good point.
Very good. What about arrow fencing?
That, oh, okay.
6,000.
That was from lightning damage over at the water plant. And besides the, I'll short version. The controller got fried. Also, one of the meters in the plant got fried. So we paid that already. That was 800 and something. Aero fence bills is 6,800. Cheryl's gotten a check from our insurance company for everything except our 1,000 deductible. So
Has, I think Arrow was put in charge of putting a low-height bar into Froggy Park. Has that ever been completed?
We got a cost.
Huh?
We got a cost to put it in.
Oh, we didn't do anything.
No, we actually changed that. It was almost 6,000.
5,100?
About 5,000-6,000.
I remember that, but I thought we.
That's a little bit, I don't think we approved it. We were asking the board. I know the park board looked at it, and then the mayor looked at it and says it's kind of expensive for a small little
Yes.
sign and a,
Yes.
so we
Still
actually,
get hit, could.
so we're
be very
reevaluating
expensive.
that whole, like a chain or something, maybe at the height, and maybe a small sign with a lot less expensive than 5,100.
Cable with some yellow 4-inch flex pipe.
Right,
across
that way
it.
if it does get hit, it's not gonna rip out
Exactly.
fence sections and gates and
Exactly.
everything else, so.
I'd still like to see that happen. Hey, if nobody has any questions, you all want to pay the bills? Yes.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Baker,
Yes.
Bassett,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Beverly,
Yes.
Barth.
Yes. And also I wanted to thank Cheryl for a more detailed listing on the bills.
I love that.
Very nice, thank you.
It was a lot better.
Thank you, Cheryl.
We knew you could do it. So then we will go on to, well, I don't know. I guess I have not been in touch with them the last few, but I think what this is about is, well, I can say what it's about. When the revolving loan committee met with them about their loan, the last loan, it was part of the agreement that if they needed an additional $20,000 for their project, and
Oh.
I'm talking about 2 bandits. If they needed an additional $20,000 for their project, the revolving loan committee agreed to loan it to them if needed. Well, there were some things left off the engineering plans that will not be covered with the amount of money that we already loaned them, so they would like to request the additional $20,000 to make those changes in construction that were omitted from the blueprints, if that makes sense. And we would need to have Troy bring legislation authorizing us to give them another $20,000. So I guess we can have Troy draw that up, and then you can vote yea or nay on it.
Wouldn't have to go through the revolving loan just for.
The revolving loan already
We
approved it at
okayed
their
it.
meeting. If they
Yeah.
needed another 20,000, we
Okay.
would do it.
Yeah, I'm fine.
So it's just up to you guys
Well,
now.
we
to-
shouldn't we approve or disapprove now and save Troy from writing it up?
Well, I guess if you,
I still have to have it for Mommy Valley.
I mean, he'll still have to write it
Right.
up, but if you want to go ahead and make a motion to do that, then he'll know that he's not
That
wasting
would
his time.
probably put those two guys at ease also.
Probably, yeah.
I make a motion that we go with revolving loan fund's recommendation to extend another 20,000 to 2 bandits.
I'll second that.
Roll call, please.
Baker,
Yes.
Barth,
Yes.
Bassett.
Yes.
Beverly.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
And then Cheryl, would you please just send Troy an email that when he gets back from vacation, bring it to the next council meeting or whatever?
Yep.
All right, thanks. All right, so then we go to Board of Zoning Appeals. They met November 7th with Barb Parker for a conditional use permit for the property at 608 North Main Street. The permit was approved and the minutes are in the packet.
And on the minutes, it says 108 North Main instead of 608.
That's where they met, wasn't it?
Oh.
They met.
Oh, that's right, they zoned, sorry.
Yeah.
My fault.
Oh, okay, that's the zoning.
I have those
It's on the same
moments.
street.
Yeah.
So, then going on, the HIX-TV board met November 10th, and their minutes are in the packet. And I think they're getting some new equipment. Maybe Mike, you'd like to report on this. I wasn't there, but I think they're just trying to continue to get volunteers for the TV station, and there's things that can be, help. We could use, broadcasters for sporting events. We can use camera people, editing people, just anything that might interest you to volunteer.
I know Bill works real hard in trying to keep up to date with the new technology within the cable system, HIX-TV, and then the MediaCom has always done well for us with their franchise fees and helping support that system. Bill's looking, trying to find young students or anybody interested in that, and he also will take volunteers also to help with covering games or meetings or events here in the community. So if anybody's interested, they can contact Bill or myself on that. But technology changes over time, and they go along with what they have, and new cameras, high def cameras for better picture quality. And I know they're also working with SMTA. So if anybody has their services, they're trying to have that local station broadcast on that also. So it would both be on MediaCom and SMTA for our local programming. So they're just kind of moving along as best they can.
And Bill's not here tonight, for example, so we could have someone back there running the camera that just sits at the council meeting and turns the camera on and off, and I won't have to do it. Okay, we will go on to the council committee report, street, light, property, and sidewalk committee. Would you like to?
If I could, Mayor, I'd like to thank Sheila and Larry. I'm the chair of that committee, and I was covered up, but there was no way I could make it back in time for the meeting, and Sheila and Larry took care of it, and I greatly appreciate that. Now you can present.
Did you approve?
I approve.
Did you? Well, we met and we talked about, Kent knows, the grant, for a grant to redo the downtown sidewalks and curbs, but it's not until 2021 and 22. And it might not pass, and then it puts in here, when the old ones were placed and when the electric was put in. The old ones were 1995. Electric was 2001. And the first 4 feet is the business owner's responsibility, and the rest is ours. And we also talked about removing the sign. Did you not read that? Removing the sign on Rock Street, making it a regular street again. Could they do it, Kat? Is it done?
I was waiting until after tonight, so we didn't put
Rock,
it back.
the High Street, that little section, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
And what was the reason? Yeah.
I think people just misuse it anyways. I think that was their reason. I didn't know it had really changed. I never go down, walk.
It all
there, right?
started with the one accident where the lady claims somebody that either ran the stop sign or was driving too fast on High, and it snowballed into what's just, because you talked about closing it at one point. We settled on the no turns. I see people run it all the time, so it's,
Yeah.
It is hard to pull out on High. It's,
you just don't go that way.
Yeah.
But
So
they
anyhow.
just drive right past the sign and go out on High anyway,
Yeah.
so.
So no, if you want them removed, we'll do
Well,
it tomorrow, but I didn't want to pull them.
And we could ask for some police guidance, if we left it like it is. You can't come out off of Rock. Rock is the street right against the railroad tracks. You can't come out onto High, but you can turn in off of High onto Rock. And because it's very limited visibility there, if we leave it as it is, wouldn't it be better if somebody does have a serious accident there that
How do you have it now? What's the sign? that
you,
says
you
go
cannot
right?
come,
No
Go
left
left,
out.
turn, no right turn.
you can't come.
it's a one-way
come out.
right now.
It's a one-way street.
Mhm.
No, it's not.
No,
It isn't?
it's
Only-
still two-way.
Yeah, it's.
That's what it
Still
needs to be,
two-way.
is you need to go one-way street,
Yeah.
High Street to Smith.
Well, at the time, a couple of people, one of them has since passed away, one of them has moved, the trailer's been taken out. Betty Pearson, you know, I thought, my gosh, Betty could just go down the alley, she does most of the time anyhow, but nobody wanted to do that. But that would make perfect sense.
Yeah.
We even talked about closing it off. state of Ohio said that would be, it's too much of a blind spot there that somebody that doesn't know it's closed off would turn in and hit whatever we had there for a closure. That indicates to me if it's tucked in there so good that somebody would have an accident just turning that way, we should leave it like it is. What's your professional opinion?
I would say because of that restricted view, I would go with a one-way from High to Smith and leave it as a one-way going that direction.
So,
But the people that live there is coming
Right.
from,
Yeah, the people that live there.
then they
didn't
can,
want
then they
that
can't come back down to their house.
Back around.
Yeah.
they're gonna have to go all the way, Betty's gonna have to go all the way around. Oh, she go down the alley, yeah.
She does anyhow. People don't like to see change.
One way from the alley.
Pardon?
What if you just went one way between High Street and the alley?
That's where the sign's at. The sign's
Oh, yeah,
right
that would
at
be-
the alley, but
Okay, what about, is there, you've seen those mirrors?
Mm-hmm.
Those would last a week.
Yeah,
Either a train's gonna throw a rock, cause it's right there at that viaduct, or you're gonna have somebody goofing with them.
Yeah.
And this is no reflection on the police department, but I've seen policemen sitting right there and seen people turning off of it. Nobody's ever been,
Oh, yes.
So I don't-
yes.
okay, I'm glad
Person's got
some
pulled over.
people have been.
They complained to Larry and I both.
There's a new cop in town.
So if you stick one way up, I think you're still
The
gonna
cop was
have
nice
people.
and working.
I mean, I don't care, but the residents didn't want it one way at the time this all got brought up.
A lot of the residents have changed.
was Betty was one of them? She's one.
Yeah, well, you have, Egley still live there.
Oh, that's right, okay.
Harris is still live there. I mean, I don't know, I just didn't pull, I didn't pull it because I figured there's gonna be.
I think we should leave it like it is, and then if there's a serious chargeable accident, you're gonna have a hard time proving, did that guy run the stop sign, did he pull out? What happened? If he's coming out of there, the way it's marked right now, we know who's in the wrong.
Yeah.
I agree with
It's
you.
disobeying a traffic control device, so makes it plain and simple.
Yes.
There's a semi came out of there this morning.
Hmm?
There's a semi came out of there.
Oh, my God.
yeah,
He shouldn't have been on
I
Rocky
saw
Street
it.
anyway.
he was on Smith and then turned on Rock. I called the police department.
Yes.
They didn't get there on time.
You got some dirt work to take care of, Kent, on them intersections.
Would the committee mind if we just table this until our new chief has a chance to look at the situation and make a
be fine.
recommendation? Is that okay?
That'd be fine.
Sure.
So that part of their, we'll just let the chief make a recommendation when he gets.
Okay, and then back to the minutes. Once again, we talked about the subway, about putting the parking blocks out front and the signs on the building. And nothing really got decided. So I went up and talked to Heath this morning, and I talked to the manager of Subway, and they do not want nothing to do with the blocks. And he is well aware of the meaning of the signs, and he would like them left there. So,
I went up, did some measuring, took some pictures just in advance of this discussion yet again.
they don't want nothing to do with
They
it. And
don't, one of them, he goes, those signs he knows aren't enforceable, the
Right.
tow away, so people can just get over that. Some of the people griping to you can just suck it up, sorry.
Right,
He goes, after he posted those, that eliminated people just parking in front of their buildings all day because there's not 3-hour parking like the rest of town.
yeah.
So I went up and measured 4 foot out from Subway. I mean, that shows you where 4 foot is. 4 foot sidewalk. You get an oversized pickup truck, his rear end's gonna be right at that lane of traffic again. I mean, we had this discussion before
Yeah.
when it got shot down before.
Yeah.
So it's back to,
They don't want them.
who do you wanna put in paint? And I said I could paint a parallel line. If
And
people are
it's-
gonna pull up over it, you could put those blocks.
Can they
And then
ticket
they're-
it? If we put a line there, can they ticket them if they park over the line then? Because he was telling me today, he's had people pull so close they couldn't even get the door to the subway open, but he doesn't want parking lots.
Yeah, see, when I went up there and I couldn't get to a camera quick enough on my phone to do pictures, there's a big, long, white
Yeah.
pickup truck. He was about that far from their front window, and his rear end was still right at that lane of traffic.
There was one over the sidewalk when I was there, but he didn't need to be, but.
Well, yeah, that's because people don't know how to drive. And I know you could say, well, the oversized trucks need to park on the side. I understand that, but they're not going to.
They spent a lot of money to put side parking on their building. And, you don't have as much pedestrian traffic from that intersection on down, especially on that side of the street. I mean, this is strictly my opinion. Leave them alone.
I agree.
I agree.
But I think, we got a lot to do here.
I was gonna
Put
say,
this on your list.
Yeah, I mean.
They need to
I
pay-
haven't seen your village ordinance on your parking on sidewalks, but you can't legally park on a sidewalk.
Right.
And I'm sure there's probably something in it that you're not allowed to park within so many feet.
And I think once you
So-
give a few warnings, word gets out real quick, and they're just gonna go around and
But
pull
I'm
in like they
assuming
should.
he has signs posted, no parking total
Yeah.
zone. And he's got that on his own.
Subway parking only.
What is it?
His sign states subway parking only.
For customers.
There's a
But
parking,
they're not legal.
there's a parking
yeah, he
house.
knows he can't have anybody towed.
Right.
It just gets rid of people. Like if I park my car up there all day,
They said they've been there 10 years, so I don't know
Well,
what.
and
the-
some of the tenants that are upstairs used to park in front of
Right.
that.
He said that's not a problem anymore. Yeah.
They've got everything worked out as far as tenants. They've got everything. I think we've got bigger fish to fry.
And let's just take care of this tonight. This gets brought up about every 6 months. And so this, as far as I'm
Well-
concerned, this is the final.
You have a businessman uptown that constantly comes and feels slighted over his parking because he wants a parking space on the side of his building. And he feels that all these other situations are contributing to the whole problem with people parking over the sidewalks and people claiming that they can't park, why can they put up parking signs? And why can't he put up parking signs on the side of his building, I said, do it.
Is that what he's
It's a
complaining
different
about?
deal down here, though. I mean, when Sam Yoder had his office in there, his cars all parked out front.
Right.
When George had it, when Pete Yoder was in there, everybody parked out front. Everybody's parked in front of that building in my almost 65 years. Now we've got a nice restaurant that doesn't cause any problems, contributes to the village. They're taking up, 2 spots, 3 at the most? Leave them alone.
I agree. So-
When you talk about another person down at the center of town that complains about parking, that parking is well established, has been forever. Knew how it was established when the place was purchased. Built on the back of the building and didn't put a place to pick up. Leave them alone.
Okay, well, I appreciate the committee discussing this again, because I hear a complaint constantly.
So do I.
And so,
So do I. And if he wants to put up a sign, I guess he can, I don't see how we can stop him when Subway's done it.
How's Subway putting up if it's public
It's been
parking?
there for years. I didn't even.
Yeah, how can they put up a no parking, will you be towed? To me, that's not right. Right, I mean,
Can't take it
does
down.
that make sense?
that's the way I thought when it was put up, but
Right.
nobody else
I
wanted
thought
to
there was
address it,
always,
so.
I thought there was always questions on how much did they own out front of to the road. And that's why they thought it was their parking. And we've had that discussion
Well, the
about other
right-of-way
places in
goes-
town.
Or to the asphalt, doesn't it?
Yeah.
yes, I mean, they don't have a whole lot of.
So anyway,
Well, and I'm just, because I talked to him too, because he came out wondering what was going on.
Today?
Yeah, when I was up measuring, I knew it was gonna happen, and that's fine, I just told him I was getting stuff around in case stuff came up. But he goes, why don't we get the 3-hour parking like the rest of downtown? He goes, nobody worries about the end, except in a case like this when it pops up. My personal opinion, the person complaining to you, if his customers aren't walking around the corner now, they wouldn't be walking from Subway to him.
No.
So there again, that's one of those, get over it. But I know, that's not.
Slattery said that his customers could park there
Yeah,
to
I
walk
know.
across the street to get their pizzas.
He's got solutions.
When they're
but-
closed.
Yeah.
When they're closed.
But anyway, that doesn't change anything. If they're not, if you want parking spots, fine, we'll put some in next spring, but. Well, no, I'm just saying, if you want.
Don't open that one up again.
Well, it'll get brought back up, I guarantee it.
Not by me, it's not gonna, I'm done.
Is there anything else on your report, Sheila?
Well,
That and,
Or Ron?
The last part.
Are we all in agreement to leave things
Leave alone.
as they are
Absolutely.
and have been forever?
for everybody, but including Mr. Headley's loading zone sign. That's the bottom one, Ron. I asked you if you approved.
Okay.
I guess the only thing people have approached me on that is all of his vehicles parked up there now 24/7.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing that out there. That's what people
It
have
looks
been
good.
telling me. The loading zone's one thing, those other parking spots, that could be debatable.
Well, Mike originally told me that they were saving those spots because they had someone coming to do some maintenance on their building, and that's why they were trying to save spots along their building. And so I took him at his word, and I don't know if their maintenance has been done or not, but their building looks really nice.
Over 2 months.
So we did have a problem when they were putting out a cone and moving a vehicle there and then moving a vehicle out and putting on a cone. And there was a way we could cite them for mischievous activity.
They use Terry now instead of a cone.
Use what?
Terry.
Okay, so are there any other committee reports from council?
Did we all agree we're done, final?
Yeah, and that's the way,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Finance met tonight at 4, it started going over the budget. Got about 3/4 of it going through. We're gonna meet again the 28th of November at 4. We want to get with Val with the park, and Mark, if you got any questions, you can give me a call, or, because you've just got it today, the budget. And so that's when we're gonna meet again the 28th. Then hopefully in the next council meeting, December, whenever that is, we'll have the first, hopefully have the first reading on the ordinance for the budget. Okay, that's all I got.
Any other committee reports from anyone?
No, water sewer met on the 5th, just kind of catching up on a couple things. Poggemeyer sent in the long-term control plan change for the Chicago Avenue project, TPA, so hopefully that is going through properly and get that moved to phase 2. And then choice 1 is still in the design phase for industrial drive project, that's the water and sewer sanitary line out that way. And then they're also working on the revisions on the Divine Avenue lift stations, so.
Can I ask you a question on number 4?
Number 4.
The revisions that they're making, is that to eliminate a force main?
It's part of what we want them to look into.
Yes.
And that's for Defiance and the Ocean Street both. Defiance Avenue and Ocean.
What's your hopes?
Yeah,
Eliminate a force main?
yeah, for both of them.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay,
Yes.
thank you.
That's all I had.
Thank you. We are at the administrator's report.
The first part's this paperwork to the EPA on the Chicago Avenue storm. Just had Cheryl put in a copy from the EPA. I doubt very much they're gonna get any comments during the public notice. But until we actually get the final okay, I mean, it looks like they're okay with us doing that storm line down.
Honestly, if I were reading this thing, I wouldn't even know what it related to based on what it says. I read it and I thought, if I wasn't, involved with the village, I would think, what in the world are they talking about?
I thought this was Chicago Avenue.
It is. It's the one we chose option 3 to go to the Catholic Church and then.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
If we run also to the west. So once they get that, then we'll worry about start designing. work all
And
that.
we are going west at the same time?
Yeah, I called Lee after we talked today and mentioned the water line. Adding that to it, so we're only digging up once.
Wonderful.
Speaking of water line, I know the crews have been out, street and sanitary and water departments, fixing some water line issues we've had in town. I know we had one on Smith, last night we had one on High Street, out in front of the church police station out there, and they were out there pretty late fixing that, so. Again, with all this infrastructure in town, our sanitary lines are old, our water lines are old, and we got to spend money and time and maintenance and refurbishing some of those in the area. But thank you to the crews and everybody working on that late night.
Let's see, leaf pickup. At this point, I'm still planning for December 7th being the last day. Hopefully they'll have them out before then, or they won't wait till 3 o'clock or 3:30 on that Friday. We've had one particular individual every year has done that to us. Then he'll call, why didn't you get my leaves? So anyway, December 7th should be the last we make our trip around town. Christmas lights, that's either gonna be this Wednesday or next Monday. It's gonna depend on the weather and some other stuff. So I'll get those up. And then before I forget, back to the advanced POs. I don't know if I'll remember to talk to Cheryl about this. Just like when I had to get those parts for the chlorine room at the water plant, I couldn't have waited 2 weeks to get you guys is okay. I mean, sometimes you just gotta get
Well,
stuff. So I mean, that's,
And that's why you're in charge. But some things like vehicles and, you know, stuff that they won't take back, 11 of them, and different things like that.
that's what you might need to get to talk to your department based on that. If you wanna clear them, I mean, I don't know how big a hassle it'll be, cause I thought first of the year, like electric bills, when you get that blanket PO. And some of the other stuff, if they have to wait and do it in advance, how that, cause it's a different amount every month.
Yeah, everybody else get used to the new system.
But Cheryl's really good at, something isn't right, she'll give me a call.
Well, no, I'm not saying, I hate the new system anyway.
Yeah, I do
mean,
too.
you all know that.
Yeah, I
It's
do too.
confusing enough for me. I like the old system. So yeah, this will be her one to try to figure out, because I was just trying to think if I'm in a pinch, I might not be able to wait 2 weeks.
And, well, you kind of agree with me, don't you?
Mhm.
Okay. That's good.
I just have to figure out how to do it.
unusual.
Or just specify what departments you want to do that. But no, I'll live with whatever you come up with, but there might be times you're approving after the fact, even once you set
Yeah,
the
I can't help that.
system up.
Okay, Kent, you have also CRA approved by state.
I just put that in
I
there.
don't know why that was me. Well, no, I was here when it
Started.
started, and then I was retired, and I came back, and it was still in limbo, so no, somebody else is gonna have to explain it better than me.
Do you have anything else?
Nah, my blood pressure's even
Take
keel
a
right
deep
now.
breath,
so-
okay. Anybody have questions for Kent?
Are we gonna do Christmas trees this year? I don't know.
Christmas trees.
Well, did people used to set out the Christmas trees, or we always take them to?
Oh, man, you're like the grandkids. You're right about things 2 months in advance. Yeah, we'll pick up Christmas trees after Christmas.
That's a
Not
good
having the
question.
refuse anymore and stuff like that, I know we're doing leaves, you know, but.
Yeah, we'll still pick those up, because I think the guy we take them to is still gonna want them. So, yeah, we'll get them.
Holidays aren't too far away, so.
Good question.
Merry Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cheryl, would you like to handle the solicitor's report?
I'm gonna find it.
I never seen it. In my packet.
Did I not put it in there?
No.
We have
Okay.
an ordinance, but it doesn't match that one. I thought he was gonna have one on the desk when we showed up today.
What orders do you have?
2018-14, we don't have one in our packet. I don't know
What's
what
the
it was.
topic?
It was, to amend the appropriations, so it's
Oh.
not an emergency.
Well, it is important because you need to get your records cleaned up.
Well, I mean, that's not the only one. That was just one that I put in there because it was the PD and it was their $12,000 incarceration bill. They didn't have any money.
That's not what the $12,000, when you jerk the appropriations around? No?
This came in after that.
So we better
Did-
read this.
This
and we
says
pass
second
it.
reading. Did we actually do the first reading last meeting? So we saw it all then. We all saw it then.
It was one item.
Oh, that one item.
Yeah,
Okay.
just had one item.
All right. Would you like to just do, you have that in your head, ordinance 2018-14 by caption only to amend the annual appropriations ordinance, and the line account is to increase the incarceration line account. And that's the second and third reading.
Exactly.
Cheryl has it in her possession.
Making motion to
But you
suspend
know-
the rules.
Yeah, second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Baker?
Yes.
Barth?
Yes.
Bassett?
Yes.
Beverly?
Yes.
Jones?
Yes.
Anything else under solicitor's report, Cheryl?
Nope.
So, we will go on to the department heads, and I'm gonna take the fire chief first, so he can set an example of how that works for, the person beside you.
Good evening. On the EMS side, I have an application for an EMT. I'd like to get her background check done before we get her into class. I haven't found a class yet, but let's do it the right way. It's Stephanie Traxler. I'd like a recommendation from the mayor to recommend Stephanie Traxler for an EMT.
Does it sound like the process is gonna be suitable to you, Cheryl? So I'm going to recommend Stephanie Traxler for the rescue squad pending background check, good drug screen, physical, certification and completion of the class.
Correct.
Is she local?
Yeah, she lives on Antwerp Drive.
I didn't see your head nod or anything.
That's the same way we always do
She's
it.
thinking. Okay.
And I thought you wanted to
Sometimes
do,
we have a failure.
exactly. That's why I thought you wanted to do the background check first before you put out the money for everything else.
Yeah, most definitely.
Whatever way you want to do it, that's fine.
Just
Okay. Well, I
Let's just
recommend we get a background check.
Get it done
on
before we get her in
Stephanie Traxler.
class.
Yeah. So I guess I'm just recommending we get a background check,
Background
but I can't make a motion, so somebody else is gonna have to do that.
I'll make a motion, you get the background check. Then, and then
As
we'll,
long as she
Yeah.
passes,
yeah.
as long as she passes to move forward.
Yeah.
I'll
So I
second
guess
that.
you have time since you don't have a class ready for
Right.
her anyway. Okay, roll call, please.
Baker?
Yes.
Bassett?
Yes.
Jones?
Yes.
Barth?
Yes.
Beverly?
Yes.
Thank you. Does anybody have any questions on EMS?
Thank you for finding more people.
And I
Not
just,
easy, but we're trying.
I just want to thank the Fireman's Auxiliary for the wonderful Veterans Dinner that they put on November 11th at St. Michael's for local veterans. It was very nice. And
That it was.
for all the people that attended and enjoyed and helped with the Veterans Ceremony in Hicksville on November 11th for World War I commemoration. And what am I forgetting? I know you guys had, the
Feather bingo.
auxiliary had the successful bingo,
I'd
feather
like to thank the
bingo.
public for their support for everything, and especially our bingo. We had about 400 people in there.
Oh my goodness.
That's
It was a
great.
good time. Everybody had fun.
Good pictures. Put out, or somebody put out.
My wife does.
You guys are doing a good job,
We're trying.
and so is the auxiliary. Thank you.
And we have 2 retirees. They just retired this weekend. Dusty Evans and Brent Nyhart.
Oh, wow.
They're both retired. That, about 44 years experience gone.
Wow. Wow.
Dusty retired because he had to?
He didn't have to. He
Close
just,
enough?
but they both had said 20 and done, and they held on another 2 years, so
Are they done already, or are they going to the end of the year?
No, they're done already.
Are they?
I tried to get them to go to the end of the year, and
So how many openings do you have now?
we have 6 openings.
Wow.
We have a few applications to go through
Okay.
yet, so.
Well, thank you to Dusty and Brent for their
Yes.
years of service. We appreciate it very much.
And I think that's all I have, if there's no questions.
You have Bruce taking care of the water usage,
I'm keeping
getting your
an eye.
numbers.
We got Dawn.
I was hoping he'd be
You
here.
got
I'd
Dawn
like to
a
ask
number
him.
from last week's fire already, 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Scott.
you.
Thanks, Scott.
And then you were reporting, is Bobby going to report on EMS, or were you, anything else? Okay. All right, nothing to add?
just along for the ride.
Well, if we could have Mark Denning step up here to the podium, we will introduce him to everyone in the community as our future police chief. He's not officially starting till December 19th, but he's been in the office, and we've had discussions of things that he'll be working on. And Mark, do you have anything you'd like to say right now?
Well, thank you for the opportunity to be your chief, and so thank the council, thank the police and fire committee. I had tremendous support from members of council and law enforcement side of the Hicksville PD. So looking forward to it. I started this weekend going through some stuff at the police department, and like I said, I received the budget today, the proposal. Several things I'm gonna have to deal with, and try to make the best of it and try to prioritize where we're headed for 2019. We did, the Safe Haven box opened up on Thursday at the hospital. So there was 2 officers there from the police department, and I was there representing the sheriff's office. And so that's, other than that, I don't really have anything at this time until I can go through budgets, but that is my priority right now, to look at the budget for 2019. And
Well, I really appreciate you being willing to come in and get started a little bit before you're officially sworn in for us.
yes, so
Shows the dedication we all knew you had.
thank you. One thing you'll find out is the passion I have for law enforcement and doing this job. So I think you'll be very happy with what you get. So, and that's my goal, is to achieve that and make you folks happy and make the community happy with their chief, so.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, well, we will go on to the fiscal officer's report.
I have the fund status and the one, report from the police department. That's all I have right now, because I won't get the other reports till next time.
Anybody have any questions for Cheryl about the fund status report or anything? Mine got out of order. I don't know where it went. Okay, so guess we'll go on to the mayor's report. I received this morning a notice that there's going to be a lunch and learn at Community Memorial Hospital. The subject is total knee replacement. It's Monday, November 26th, 12 to 1. Lunch and learn at Community Hospital, total knee replacement's the subject. Keynote speaker, oh my goodness, Matthew Grodhaus. Dr. Matthew Grodhaus, orthopedic surgeon, Monday, November 26th at Community Memorial Hospital. And then when I went to the CIC meeting last week, I got a list of workforce development summary for the past month, and you may know that business and industries were asked to support hiring a workforce development person with specific goals to get into the schools and get into the business and industries to get the word out there of what kind of labor is needed and how to get trained on that. And Carla has just been super busy with, in the schools and career expos at the schools and student manufacturing, construction bus trips, the summer camps that they did in Defiance and Hicksville, mock interviews, STEM camps at different schools, apprentice programs at Northwest Community State College, just all kinds of things. I'll just pass this paper around so that you guys can just look at it for yourselves. And I'm not gonna say anything about that. Santa coming to town, save the date. Santa's coming to town on December 8th. And it's going to be, let's see, and then there's going to be a small business Saturday on November 24th. Small business Saturday, November 24th, and save the date for Santa, December 8th. And Santa is going to be at the Huber, I believe, that I read somewhere.
Are they gonna have a parade, or how they do?
You know, this email that I have is very brief, so I would say to watch the News Tribune for further details. Because there's a lot of activities coming up. There's a festival of wreath at the Huber on November 24th noon, and that's the same day as Small Business Saturday, noon to 6. Annual Dance Dolls and Nutcrackers Christmas Show on the December 9th. December 16th is the movie day at 3 o'clock. It's a Wonderful Life, 3 o'clock at the Huber on December 16th. December 20th, the Antwerp Community Band Concert. December 22nd, Siberian Stolzis Concert. And then December 31st is a New Year's Eve party with the Wannabes. Those are all activities at the Huber. Check that out. And then, when I was, here's some of my papers. When we had the Veterans Program, World War I commemoration at the Veterans Memorial, Representative Craig Riedel came from House District 82, excuse me. And the House of Representatives, he presented on behalf of the House of Representatives of the 132nd General Assembly to recognize the village of Hicksville on the occasion of its World War I centennial commemoration, November 11, 2018. The Meuse-Argonne campaign was the final Allied offensive and the largest operation undertaken by American expeditionary forces during World War I. And the centennial of this operation is an appropriate time to pay tribute to those individuals who have answered this nation's call to arms and who have made sacrifices in service to the United States of America. Ohio's veterans effectively combined courage with tremendous strength during their loyal service in our country's armed forces. In numerous areas of endeavor, they have distinguished themselves as patriotic and hardworking Ohioans who are truly deserving of high praise. The heroic traditions of our country's armed forces are an important part of our American heritage. By giving willingly of their time, energy, and abilities to protect our nation, Ohio's veterans have earned the respect and admiration of all those with whom they have served and the gratitude of the Americans everywhere. Thus, with sincere pleasure, we commend the village of Hicksville on its World War I centennial commemoration and encourage local citizens to participate in this noteworthy observance. Signed by House Speaker, Ohio House Representative Speaker Ryan Smith, and Representative Craig Riedel. What's that? And is there anybody else in the audience that has anything that they would like to say? That can go on record.
Just to follow up with Sheila, I think I signed the parade permit. I think I remember signing it.
I think I did too.
Okay, Officer Franz brought me
There's the
something, and I just signed it, and I said, here
Since
you
Lori's not
go.
here, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Well, wait a minute. I would like to announce the Christmas cruise through.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
That is a huge thing. It's every night from now on till December, gosh, I don't want to put it,
It's like the 9th.
9th.
9th, I think.
Yeah.
And the weekends are Santa workshop and reindeers and all kinds of things for the little kids.
Family,
And on the last day, there will be fireworks.
Yeah.
they do it all.
And they held a 5K, and I think it was well attended.
And they also have a website that you could go on to volunteer.
Yeah.
Some jobs are inside and some jobs are outside, but they always need volunteers to help with all their gates and directing traffic, so.
It's really grown.
They do a tremendous job.
Yep, she does.
Very
She's
nice.
got good people. Yep.
People come from all over to see this, so.
Now I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Roll call?
Baker,
Yes.
Barth,
Yes.
Bassett,
Yes.
Beverly.
I would like to stay.
Yes.
You're on your own.
Jones.
Yes.